right here. They saw the dollar signs that was Caitlin Clark. Before ESPN, before Kathy, before the Indiana, before they thought that Caitlin Clark was her, Peacock said, oh, we got to captivate on this now. We got to capitalize on this now.
Listen carefully, because something huge is happening in the WNBA, and it's getting really bad. Commissioner Kathy Angelberg is learning that she can't stop something this big. The WNBA is falling apart right now, and it might not even make it to next season. Everyone is talking about a big deal, but the real story is about anger and jealousy coming from the league's leaders. Thanks to Nfisa Collier being brave enough to speak up, we now know that Kathy Angelberg doesn't just misunderstand things. She's actually angry about how popular Caitlin Clark is. This isn't a guess anymore. The vice president of the Players Association told everyone about the mean conversations happening in secret. Angelberg told Collier that Caitlin Clark should be grateful to the WNBA for her sponsor deals. She actually said Clark should thank the league for giving her a platform. It's like she thinks Nike, Gatorade, and NBC are spending millions of dollars because of the WNBA logo, not because Caitlin Clark is an amazing player. Caitlin has decided to leave the WNBA bubble behind and play in the big leagues. She's going to work with legends like Mike Tirico, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony, and talk to the whole world instead of a small group. Secret reports from Commissioner Angelberg's office say things are a complete meltdown at WNBA headquarters. People are hearing screaming matches, panicked phone calls, and one word keeps being repeated: traitor. The commissioner thinks what Caitlin did is like betraying your country, stabbing the league in the back after it made her famous. But the truth is that Caitlin didn't betray anyone. She just escaped a sinking ship and showed she's the smartest businesswoman in sports history. To understand why the commissioner is screaming traitor and why this deal is like starting a war, you need to know what's happening with the league. The WNBA is having its worst crisis ever. Players are threatening to strike, contract talks have failed, and the 2026 season might get cancelled. While Commissioner Angelberg is desperately trying to hold everything together and keep sponsors from leaving, her biggest star, the only reason the league made money last year, goes and signs a deal with their biggest competitor. Caitlin signing with NBC sends one scary message to the WNBA: I don't need you to be famous or rich. She's built her future far away from their courts and control. Imagine the commissioner's worst nightmare. The WNBA season gets cancelled, the arenas are empty and dark, but millions of fans are watching Caitlin Clark on Sunday night. She's dressed up nice, smiling at the camera, and talking about LeBron James or Steph Curry games on NBC. She's making more money in one night than the WNBA paid her all year. This would be a disaster. The league can't fix because it shows the WNBA was just a stepping stone that Caitlin has already jumped over. People close to the decision say Kathy Angelberg made an angry phone call to Caitlin's agents as soon as the news got out. She was reportedly really hostile, accusing them of hurting the lead and distracting people at a bad time. The commissioner thinks Caitlin owes the league complete loyalty. She thinks Caitlin should be fighting with other players for better pay and travel, not signing million-dollar TV deals to talk about men's sports. Calling her a traitor shows the old-fashioned thinking of the people who still run the league. They think they own the players and control their lives. But the commissioner doesn't realize that this move is the ultimate payback and the smartest protection plan ever made.
Here's what she said in the press release. I'm really excited to be part of the Basketball Night in America crew this season. Carmelo, Vince, and Tracy are legends of the game, and Maria is a true professional. It will be really fun to join them a few times this season. And then from NBC, Caitlin is one of the most captivating players and dynamic scorers in basketball. We're excited to have Caitlin join Hall of Famers Melo, Vince.
Let's be honest and talk about what the league wants to hide. Why does Caitlin Clark owe this league any loyalty? Did the commissioner forget what happened? Did she forget how Caitlin got physically hurt on the court game after game while referees did nothing? Did she forget how veteran players ran mean media campaigns calling her just hype? Did she forget how Caitlin got left off the Paris Olympic team with weak excuses while the whole world wanted her there? The WNBA didn't protect Caitlin. The WNBA didn't welcome Caitlin. The WNBA tried to use Caitlin to sell tickets while leaving her alone with mean teammates. So when Caitlin gets a chance to build her own empire away from these people, it would be stupid not to take it. This NBC deal is her way of saying, you didn't protect me on the court, so I built my own safe place off the court. The NBC deal is huge and shows how big her dreams are. She's not going to be a sideline reporter doing quick interviews. She's going to be a special contributor, which means she'll be in the main studio. She'll be the face of La Olympics coverage and part of the massive NFL promotion. NBC is betting that Caitlin Clark is the next face of American sports, not just women's sports, but all sports, putting her at the same level as Tom Brady or Shaq. This gives her incredible power. Imagine Caitlin sitting in the NBC studio where she can change what millions of people think with just one sentence. She can criticize the referees. She can criticize the salaries. And millions will listen. That's why the commissioner is so angry. She realizes she's lost control. Before, she could find Caitlin or pressure her. But now Caitlin works for NBC Universal, a media giant 1,000 times more powerful than the WNBA. The power has completely flipped. There's another reason the veteran players are so jealous. Diana Taurasi, Brianna Stewart, and others spent years trying to get even a little bit of this mainstream media respect. Now they see a rookie who hasn't even played 2 full years in the league, getting the dream job that any athlete wants after retirement. They see her jumping over all of them to become the voice of basketball in America. This will definitely make things tense in the locker rooms if the league starts playing again. But the difference now is that Caitlin doesn't care. Before, she tried to win them over and be a good teammate. Now she knows she's on a different level. She knows she's the star and they're just employees. This contract frees her from the pressure of pretending they're all friends. If they decide to freeze her out or treat her badly, she can go home, turn on the NBC camera, and make millions while laughing. What Caitlin Clark did is like getting an A+ in athlete business. She didn't put all her hopes in one place. She realized the WNBA has limits and endless drama, so she decided to expand. Look at the facts. Caitlin brought new TV deals to the league. She brought private planes. She brought millions of fans. And instead of being thanked and treated like royalty, she was treated like an outsider who needed to learn her place. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert failed the most important test, protecting the star. She should have made Caitlin feel like the queen of the league, but instead she made her feel trapped. And now that Caitlin broke free, the commissioner has no right to scream betrayal. The real betrayal was when the league failed to take advantage of an amazing gift that fell from the sky. We're all waiting for the first moment Caitlin appears on NBC. That moment will be historic. It will be when the league realizes how much they've lost. Will Caitlin talk about the league's problems? Will she hint at how badly she was treated? Or will she ignore them completely and just talk about how great LeBron James and Steph Curry are? The silence would hurt the most. If Caitlin becomes bigger than the league, the WNBA becomes just a small footnote in her career. The commissioner knows this. The players know this. And that's why we're seeing these mean attacks and accusations of treason behind closed doors. They're scared. They're scared the world will discover that Caitlin Clark is the main event, and the WNBA was just the place where it happened. This story isn't over, it's just beginning. Caitlin Clark drew a line and told the world, I'm a basketball player, but I'm also a media star, and I'll go where people celebrate me. Here's my question for you. Do you think what Caitlin did is genius business strategy? Or do you agree with the commissioner that it's a betrayal during a crisis? Do you think this contract is the first step toward Caitlin leaving the WNBA forever to focus on media? Share your thoughts in the comments because this debate is going to be intense. And remember, we'll be the first to cover her NBC debut and talk about every word. Subscribe and hit the bell because the era of media boss Caitlin Clark has started. And it's going to be big.